I wanted to show you how I made this card. What I did first is I went to my Cricut and I'm using the Dreamin paper pack, and I pulled this piece of paper. Our pattern paper is now cardstock quality, so it cuts really well on the Cricut machine. Okay, that's one pattern. You get 3 patterns in each of our paper packs, and I just think these are really nice. Okay, and what I did is I picked this pattern to be the base of my card. When I make cards, we have cards in envelopes in Colonial White or White Daisy that are $50 per pack, and they're about $14.95. So I use those to glue the faces of the cards on. What I did on the Cricut is I picked this shape. I believe I cut these at 3.5 inches, and I cut a bunch of them out, so I wanted to use them. And I wanted to use the Dreamin paper pack. So I kind of played around with my patterns to see what I thought looked pretty good. And I kind of like this mix here, so you saw that in the card. The other thing I could do is use it on the blue. However, this image is blue and this is blue, so how am I going to make it pop up? And that's where your sponge daubers come in. I used a sponge dauber like this, and I'm opening up my chocolate ink that matches the paper pack. And I'm just going to take the little sponge dauber in the ink and brush the edges of the cardstock and go all the way around and brush inside the image. Then you have something like this. So if you were to put it on a blue card base, it would look fine. Okay, I am going to, however, use this card base here with that paper pack, and I'm going to brush the edges of it with the chocolate ink. And it makes it pop out just a bit. Let me do that real quick. These are our foam tools, and they come in a pack of 4 different types of heads. Okay, so this is the base of my card. And then I took a piece of, I wanted to add one more color into the paper pack. The green is not included in the paper pack, but I kind of wanted to add it so that I could do leaves, and I'll show you how that turns out. I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece down. I used with dots. All I did was I used our bronze glitz glue, and I made those dots. I'll show you in a minute what that looks like. That's this product here, so I used that. And then when I want to glue this down, and it also looks good from the back because it's two-sided, I'm going to take the adhesive with the liquid glass and just put some dollops of glue on the back so I can glue this down. Okay. I also cut these images out of the Cricut machine, so I wanted to make it pop out a little bit, and I sponged the edges with the chocolate ink. So we'll go ahead and, sorry about that, glue that down. I picked this image here and I just stamped it on Colonial White, and I trimmed it. I wanted it a little more trimmed. And what I'm going to do with this that I trimmed out myself is I'm going to make it pop up just a bit and use some foam tape. And I don't know if you can tell on the video, but it just makes it pop up a little bit. The other thing I want to show you is how to get a really neat technique. I'm going to take 2 colors. I'm going to take my cocoa and sunset, and here is my stamp. What I'm going to do is ink it first in the sunset ink, and I'm going to just roll the edges in the cocoa and then take it on this leaf that's already been cut out on the Cricut, so I don't have to worry about cutting it out. And there you have it. And then to make that blend in a little bit, again, I'm going to take my little sponge dauber so it's not so white around the edges. With this other leaf, I did the same technique, but I used two different colors. Did the exact same thing. I inked it first in bamboo and went around with the olive. So now remember I added this color. This leaf kind of goes with it. If I didn't bring in that green color, it wouldn't have gone with the paper pack. It would have looked a little odd, I think. So this is our adhesive, our Tombow tape adhesive. I'm just going to glue this one down flat. And then on this image, I'm going to just overlap it a little bit. And just stick the stem in there so we can overlap it. And then we have these cute little acorns, and the acorns were also cut with the Cricut. I just stamped it and sponged the edges. I didn't do any stamp rolling on that one. And I'm just going to put that right here. I want to add some embellishments that match, and this is our mini medley packet. You can tell I've used some of them up. But it's the sunset packet so that it matches. I'm going to take the buttons out of it. And I'm going to add a little button that's sunset so it will match. And I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to find the ribbon. I put some chocolate ribbon on here. This is the finished card. Okay, with a little button. Now, this is how it looks on pattern paper. And this is how it looks on solid. So you can see you can do however you like